Hello and welcome to It's Tomorrow News. The first month of meteorological spring season 2022 has ended in Europe with the massive cold wave this week forecast to extend into early April. A widespread cold with the snow and potential morning frost will overspread most of the continent. First across the Western Europe through the Friday, followed by the Central Europe and also the South Mediterranean over the weekend. The winter season 2021-22 was rather mild across many parts of the Europe, lacking snow and any particularly strong cold outbreaks. The reason behind was also pretty intense polar vortex aloft and a decaying La Nina global circulation. The vortex finally weakened and collapsed a few weeks ago, but the cold weather didn't say the last word just yet. This week, the general weather pattern over the North Atlantic and Europe has flipped into a progressive northerly circulation. A stronger upper high has built up over the Atlantic and Arctic region, allowing a deep trough to form on into the eastern side, turning south towards the Europe. It is releasing a lot of cold air, which is not welcomed in the spring season at all. The blocking pattern will remain over the Atlantic for several days, with the trough to its east literally locked in over the central and southern parts of the European continent. Normally, this brings unsettled weather conditions as surface depression forms over the Mediterranean. Finally, a much-needed rain is forecast for central and southern parts, which has been lacking a lot since February, each longer in some areas. The deepening pressure in the Mediterranean region has also contributed a significant increase in the Saharan dust from the Algerian deserts towards the Europe on Wednesday, reaching far north across Central Europe and Balkans, even partly into the Western Europe. Dust cloud particles accumulations have been reported from many areas. However, further strengthening of the trough will also intensify the cold weather, so temperatures will be much lower in coming days, close to around 15 degrees Celsius below normal in the lowest levels from Friday, April Fool's Day through the weekend. This will also trigger snowfall in parts of the Western and Central Europe, where the interaction of moist air mass from the south with much colder air from the north will meet. Accumulated snow is forecast from the eastern France across the Benelux to south-central Germany to Czechia, southern Poland, north Ukraine, also into the parts of northern Balkans and indeed the Alps. Days will be much colder than the average from the Thursday through Monday, particularly across the Western and Central Europe, where the skies will be clear. Very cold mornings with the potential frost could follow, particularly over the weekend on the Monday morning. This could be vulnerable to the blossoming fruit trees and early agriculture in many areas. Starting this Thursday, the establishing weather pattern over the Europe leads to a rather textbook intrusion of the cold northerlies towards the European continent. The upper high has been gradually building up over the North Atlantic this week and is now expanding towards the north over the Greenland. As the Atlantic surface high pressure system will move south and closer to Western Europe, it will allow the deep trough and cold over the Europe to advance farther south and east, spreading across the Central Europe and also into the Mediterranean Sea for the weekend. Temperatures in the lower levels of the atmosphere will be very cold for the spring season, even more than minus 15 degrees Celsius below the normal in some areas, particularly over the France, Benelux, Germany, Czechia, Slovakia and Poland. That's all for now. For more news updates, stay tuned with us. It's Tomorrow News. For more global weather updates like this, subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon for regular updates.